This podcast is a proud member of the UUOP Network.
Welcome to Rush of Fear Podcast, where we chat all things Halloween Horror Nights, Universal Orlando's premier scare event. Tonight, for episode 3 of season 5, we will be opening up the HHN archives once again to discuss Halloween Horror Nights 13, The Director Will See You Now, as well as all of the new information about Universal Horror Unleashed in Las Vegas. So now, let the mayhem begin.
What a rush of fear.
Welcome, everybody. I know I already welcomed you before the theme song, but now we're here on the other end of the drop, on the other side of the bump, and we're getting comfortable, settling in. My name is Kenneth. Hello, it's nice to see you. Come on in. And with me, as per usual, is Maddy.
Well, hey, howdy, hey. Good
What's
evening.
up?
Not too much.
And absent today is Michelle, who is not feeling well. And so, Michelle, get some rest, feel better.
Yeah.
And we'll man the fort for now, for today. Yeah?
Hold down the studio.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a long commute for Michelle from South Carolina. We're we're both here in Florida, in the Central Florida area, so it's not too hard, but she got to come far away for this.
I know. When we do have our live studio recordings.
Once a year.
Yeah.
When Michelle is here and we record all together. Those are always fun, though.
Yes. Just yap. Sit and yap.
Yeah.
No plot.
Yeah. I know. We've never recorded just a normal episode when she's here. It's always just like, we're together and that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think is fun. It's a nice little step back from our normal content.
Well, also, I feel like just us being in the same place changes the energy automatically that it's like, well, we could never be expected to follow a format.
No, those episodes would be hours long if we tried to do that, I feel like.
Exactly.
Too many tangents because you can see the other person's face.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. It would never work. But anyway, before we move on to the main meat of this episode, we'll just get a couple of housekeeping things lined up and out of the way. So if you want to support this show and get fun bonus content as a thank you, you can join the Rush of Fear Society. Just follow the link in the bio of this episode or on our social media and head to our Supercast page to sign up. Membership is just $5 a month or $50 for the entire year, which that maths out to 2 months for free. And it'll give you access to our bonus content feed, which includes movie watch-alongs, unedited episodes, and Yap of Fear episodes, along with merch giveaways and access to the Society Discord. We've already posted a few movie watch-alongs and unedited episodes. So come and join the fun. And if you could, please leave a spooky rating and review on whatever podcast platform you're using. It'd really help us out, and we'd love to hear from you, the listener.
Yay! Always a fun time. And if you could check out our merch storefront and help support the show as well, you can head over to tpublic.com, search for Rush of Fear Podcast, and you'll find our page and all of our products. Also, be sure to check out Kenneth's band Pangolin everywhere you listen to music online. You can follow them on social media at Pangolin FL. Anything to plug?
No.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
We're going to practice tomorrow for the first time in 2025. So we have nothing we're ready to talk about lined up yet. So unannounced things, but nothing to plug.
Nice.
You can still vote for us in the Battle of the Bands for the Vans Warped Tour. Actually, do that.
Yes.
Battleofthebands.com and just search Pangolin and vote for those 2 videos. You can do it once every 24 hours. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and vote right now, because I haven't done that yet today. So that's my plug.
Okay. Get Pangolin to Warped Tour, please and thank you.
Please, I don't have a ticket and I want to go.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I think that's all we have for housekeeping. So let's jump into the episode.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, even before we get to the history episode, I feel like there's something else that we need to talk about that's been announced and we just haven't had a chance to get to it. But they released more information about Horror Unleashed in Vegas.
Woohoo!
Which we were debating whether we've even talked about it on the show before. I'm confident we have, but I have no proof.
I can't remember. I wish I could remember.
But it doesn't hurt to review.
I mean, we talked about it when it was originally given as a, hey, here is something that is in the works, but that is the only information we have. Like, we're at the point where we can announce it publicly that it's a thing that is happening. It's not just a rumor anymore, but you have no info other than that. The houses and like what's going to be inside, I feel as though we didn't talk about it because I think that got released during HHN season and we might have been
too busy,
preoccupied. Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it doesn't hurt to go through it anyway, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So here
I'm more information.
Yeah. So now I'm just going to read from the official website. This is the universalhorrorunleashed.com. This is, again, the horror experience coming year-round to Vegas. So, Universal Horror Unleashed. Get ready to experience the nightmare in a year-round, fully immersive, high-quality horror spectacle that brings your greatest fears to life. Enter the evils of 4 haunted houses, each with their own terrifying stories. Universal Monsters, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Scarecrow the Reaping, and Blumhouse's The Exorcist Believer. Surrounding the haunted houses are 4 fully themed immersive entertainment areas, each with its own unique live horror experiences, plus decadent food and drink offerings in select areas. Your deepest fears are closer than you think. And this will be opening on August 14th.
Woo! Woo!
This year, August 14th.
Yeah, so soon.
Yeah, pretty kind of. I mean, I think they announced this 2 years ago, kind of. I think.
Yes.
It was like January 2023 or something when they said what it was.
Yes. That sounds correct.
And I believe these houses were announced during October, I think. They might have been on Halloween, actually. I think it was on Halloween.
That feels correct.
I know that on Halloween they announced something, and they were like teasing it ahead of time. And I'm pretty sure this is what it was. But let's go through them one by one. Yeah. Of course, these are all houses that have been done at both coasts of HHN, I'm pretty sure. They did a Scarecrow house. I don't know if it was the Reaping or if it was a separate Scarecrow story.
I think it was the Reaping.
It's just the classic, you know?
It's so good.
But, all right, let's go in order of how they announced them. Universal Monsters. Maddy, your thoughts?
My thoughts are good. I have good vibes about this. I don't remember the monsters that they said were going to be inside of this house.
I don't think they specified, but I have a feeling we can expect to see the classics, the main gang, you know, the household names.
Yeah. Maybe some of the ones that they've introduced in both coasts in like our newest series of Universal Monster houses, like the Bride of Frankenstein in her new fit, and Saskia Van Helsing, and
oh yeah, I wonder.
You know.
Okay, so that's a good question. Is it just going to be
a mega mash?
A monster mash?
Could it be? Are they just so clever?
Do you think that this house will start with someone working in the lab late one night?
Mean, probably. It's going to be one of them.
Yeah. And then obviously we are going to come upon an eerie sight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, have you seen some of these monsters?
Yeah.
They spooky.
Yeah, I feel like that's what it is.
Yeah.
No,
the old ones, they have so many amazing monsters that they have reworked and redone or just kind of like made from scratch that I think it would behoove them to use the ones that we nowadays know instead of just essentially repurposing Universal's House of Horrors, which they demolished for the Walking Dead scare walkthrough. You know, like use the upgraded stuff that you've now created. It's there. It's available. People like it.
I feel like it's probably going to be. I don't think they'll use the Bride of Frankenstein from Lives or Saskia Van Helsing, just because I think for something like this, you need to be able to appeal to people who have no history with Halloween Horror Nights,
That's
who
fair.
are just in Vegas and they're like, oh, here's a thing that seems like it might be fun. So like, I feel like we're going to see Dracula, we're going to see Frankenstein's monster, the Bride of Frankenstein, the Mummy, the Creature from the Black Lagoon, the Wolfman, hopefully the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the ones that people would know and recognize, probably Phantom of the Opera, maybe Hunchback. But I feel like if we had to pick one of the houses we've done here that it's going to resemble the most, I would say it would be like that 2019, that original, like greatest hits, all your monsters, no storyline, just like, here's your guys.
I do love that one.
It was great.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause you got the essence of them being the classic historical Universal monsters, but their costumes and their surroundings made it just a little bit more modernized, which I think was nice.
And they were kind of like, if those movies were made now, what would they look like, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
And they were awesome.
Fun. Yeah. What's our next one? Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Ooh.
Yes.
Do we? We've had pretty rough iterations of this house in my years.
You think so?
The first one was good. I didn't like the one that had what's his face, the hippie guy.
Yeah. I don't remember his name either.
I can't remember his name.
Okay, yeah. So that second Texas Chainsaw. Well, okay, so they've done Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 times that I've experienced, but the first one was like the remake that came out around 2007 time, and then they did the original movie in 2016, and then they did kind of just like the general concept of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Like 3 years ago?
Yes, it was the one where we were absolutely drenchly poured on, but like for the whole night.
Yeah.
21.
So yeah, I hope that this is just the first movie and it isn't as abstract and like interpretive as our most recent house was.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, because I think was it last year that Hollywood had the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
I know they had Texas Chainsaw, but I didn't ever watch any walkthroughs or hear reviews of like what it was. I just know that they had Texas Chainsaw.
There's a girl on TikTok that I follow who went a lot last year. And I just from like watching her videos, because you can film in those houses, I want to say it was just the original movie. Like, Shock Top. Shock Top wasn't in it. It was just the basic scenes that you were walking through from the original.
Okay. I feel like that's the better way to go, especially for like a general audience. Like they just want to see that first movie, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Scarecrow the Reaping, fabulous. I'm so excited that this is going to be a permanent walkthrough because I only went through that house one time that year because it was just me and Emma. It was our first year. We did everything once. So I don't remember a lot of it, but I remember being horrified. So scared.
Yeah, I think I also only did it once. But I remember a lot about it because it made an impact. Yeah. And I mean, hence its inclusion here. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
If you had to guess before they announced this, if it was like, okay, they're going to do 3 IPs and 1 original that has already existed, which original would you have thought would be included in this?
Oh, wow. I have no idea. They have so many that they could pull from that I think whoever's job this was had an impossible task. But I think they chose very, very well.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And especially looking at the lineup, the whole lineup of what is at this thing,
right?
You're kind of representing 4 different vibes of horror. Because you've got the classic monsters. You've got the Texas Chainsaw, which is like a 70s slasher. You've got the Exorcist Believer, which is like a more supernatural type of like demonic horror, which hits differently for a lot of people, you know, because of the religious element of it.
Right.
Hits kind of close to home for many, many people. And then Scarecrow the Reaping, I feel like, is just your I don't know. It fills a void that the others don't occupy.
I feel like it's a very good origin of a haunted house, because weren't the original haunted houses kind of just in corn mazes? So it's like it's the
original
aura.
like in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
probably.
I mean, corn mazes are inherently spooky even during the daytime, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I won't eat corn at night. It's too scary.
It's so scary.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I need a night.
I don't know. Like I'm I'm trying to think about other houses that potentially they could have chosen instead of Scarecrow the Reaping, and I'm really not. I'm coming up with none, because this is just such a great house. Maybe Slaughter Cinema, so you could have like a ton of variety, but it's not. That is so niche, I feel like. Yeah.
I feel like that one is a little riskier. Like Scarecrow just works.
Yeah, it's spooky.
Yeah, and they're obviously very proud of it.
Yeah.
And it's intense, but it's got that rustic, I guess, feel that none of the rest of these quite have. Texas Chainsaw kind of has it, but that's a slasher, and this one isn't. This one is more just like, boo! You know?
Yeah. And then, Exorcist Believer, which is so funny because the movie was not good. And it came out after the house. So everyone who wanted to go see Exorcist Believer had already done the house. And they were like, oh, so it's not like the house is so flippin' scary. And then the movie was just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is the weirdest choice of this entire lineup for me.
And of the entire Blumhouse movie collection you could have
exactly
from, you're going to go with the uber religious and didn't do well in theaters. It was only good at Universal or Orlando. Sure. Okay. Why not?
I feel like they're just banking on like, oh, people are just going to see The Exorcist and not notice that it says Believer underneath it.
Yeah.
And then,
or they're going to just see Blumhouse and say, oh, Blumhouse is good.
Yeah. I do think that I would have put money. Well, first of all, I thought this was going to be 3 houses. Before we knew anything, I was like, they're probably going to do 3. They're going to do Universal Monsters.
Yeah.
They're going to do probably a Blumhouse Greatest Hits. And then they'll do something original. And I thought it would have been like a greatest hits of originals from Orlando, including like Jack the Clown, like put the icons in there.
Yeah.
Just introduce people to like what original HHN stuff is in like a very like quick, like here's everything.
Yeah.
So I still think that a Blumhouse like at greatest hits would have been a better idea than The Exorcist Believer, but well, I guess we'll find out.
I agree. But I also hope that, these are potentially rotating houses as well. Like it's not forever in the future. It's going to be these exact same houses. They might close one at a time and update them every like 5, 6, 7 years or so. Repeatability factor.
Universal Monsters stays forever.
Yeah.
That's my guess. But I think the rest of these, especially the 2 other movies, are those are more interchangeable. Because you want to Texas Chainsaw Massacre at least is classic. That's from the 70s. People will know it forever. They already know it. the Exorcist Believer, like that's got to get swapped.
Yeah.
That's like the horror makeup show telling us behind the scenes of the 2017's Mummy. Like we're past that. Why are we still talking about this? Like, that's what this is going to feel like in 1 year. It already kind of feels like that.
That is so funny. Because when we were at Universal the other day, we took Lindsay's parents to go see that show. And it was just one of those things where I hadn't seen it in a while. And I was like, oh, maybe they updated it in secret and like no one's been in here to watch it. No, it was still the Mummy. It's like one day they're just going to scare all of us and just update that portion of the show. Just randomly one day to something else. That's not the Mummy.
Well, and for 7 years before the Mummy, it was the Wolfman. Benicio del Toro, Joe Johnston directed Wolfman. That came out in 2010 or 2009. One of those. Yeah. So like we need more horror classics that come out that Universal wants to put in that show.
They're gonna cycle back to the Wolfman when the new one comes out.
Oh, the new one came out.
Oh, it did?
It came out in January.
Oh.
I saw it.
Was it good?
I enjoyed it, but I don't know that I would go so far as to say it was good.
Okay.
I
totally forgot.
I thought it made a lot of really interesting choices that I think will not work for most people. But for me, I was like, you know what? This is interesting enough that I'm not mad about it. Like, it's a very different take on the Wolfman, on the werewolf story. Definitely not as successful as Lee Whannell's The Invisible Man.
Fair.
That was way, 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 way better. Same director. But yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah. I might see it at some point.
Wait for it to go on Peacock and watch it there.
Yeah. What does the website say what the themed areas are? I think one of them is like a Jack the Clown area, right?
So the concept art just vaguely shows the areas. It doesn't ever actually go into detail about what they are. But yeah, we can see that one of the areas looks very carnival-y. Jack the Clown would feel very right at home in this environment that I'm looking at concept art of right now. It almost looks like the freak show sets of the American Horror Story house, the first one.
Oh,
but there's,
yeah.
But there's like jack-o'-lanterns all over the place. But it kind of looks like that.
Spooky.
And then there's, literally Jack and Chance are on a stage overlooking people. They're like above a bar. It's kind of like how there's that stage above the bar in the Coconut Club.
Yes.
It looks like that. And people are just sitting there. There's a man in a suit sitting at the bar. This businessman in between conferences is like, maybe I'll go get a few scares in. I've got
business.
I've got time. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Sit by myself at the bar in a horror experience.
Sure.
Okay. No Kenan Thompson in this concept art. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Nice. Well, that'll be interesting. Maybe they'll do like a mini Carnival of Carnage.
That'd be awesome.
Show. Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah.
But we also have ticket prices, Maddie, because that's the other thing they announced.
Yes, they sure did. So there are 3 separate ticket options that they gave us. The first one is going to be a general admission ticket, one-time access. It says enter each haunted house once, one time. So enjoy one-time general admission access to each haunted house, blah, 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 blah. Valid for selected date and time. So you do have to like pick an actual date and a time frame that you're going to be coming. And that is starting at $69. And I would assume this might be cheap priced. So we'll see. Nice. And then there is that exact same ticket. It's going to be the general admission ticket, one-time access, enter each house just once, but this is specifically for Nevada residents. So it is going to be $59. That is a 5-9. And upon purchase, you have to enter your billing zip code. And then when you get to Horrors Unleashed, when you're getting your ticket, you have to show your valid Nevada license. So just like you have to do for any Florida resident ticket here in Orlando or California resident ticket. Our final ticket is going to be the general admission ticket with unlimited access. So enjoy unlimited access to all of the haunted houses, each with their own terrifying story. And this is going to be starting at $99. It is a 99. Woo-hoo. So like really not that bad.
Yeah. So, and I've heard people go both ways on whether this is a fair price. Comparing it to HHN, where there's 10 houses, you get the whole park, and those are like, what, $110, $120 tickets now? If you don't put any discounts on it?
Yeah, at its cheapest, on like a cheaper day, you might see 100, but with taxes and fees, you're going to get yourself to that 110, 115 anyways. But like high peak days for just a single night ticket can be almost like $200 or more. So,
yikes, are you for real?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's nuts.
At least with all the taxes and everything included, you get close. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So comparing it to that, it seems like, okay, well, you're not really getting that much for a similar price. But then I'm thinking, well, you know what this is more similar to than Halloween Horror Nights is Jimmy Fallon's Tonightmares, which happened this past Halloween time in New York City at 30 Rock. They did a Jimmy Fallon themed haunted house for some reason. Mm-hmm. And that was one haunted house that lasted about 10 minutes, I think is what the thing said. And that was $40. Mm-hmm. So that's $40 for one haunted house, basically $4 per minute.
And you could only go through it one time.
One time.
Good God.
No surrounding areas, no, food and dining or shopping experiences, no additional shows or entertainment, just one haunted house that you do one time. It was $40. So I feel like add $30 on top of that, and you can do 3 extra haunted houses, and you get to do all the surrounding areas and additional entertainment. Which I don't know. It's possible there would be an upcharge to see the show that's in there, but that seems very unlike Universal. I feel like if they did that, it would be to be more on like the Las Vegas pricing model. But at Universal, entertainment is included with admission. You just watch whatever's going on in there.
Right. Yeah, I think it's a great deal because as far as right now, we don't have any details on if your time is going to be limited. Like if I buy the one time through each house ticket and I get there at 11 a.m., can I just stay hanging out in the space until 5 p.m.? Going through all the houses just once, but like enjoying each bar area, eating all the food, potentially seeing the show? Or are they going to cap me at like, I have to get everything done and get out within 2 hours?
True.
So like, could that, if that's the case and they're not going to cap me on time, I only need to go through each house just once. I'm going to pay $69. If I'm planning on being there for like a longer period of time and really enjoying the houses and wanting to go through them multiple times, I'm still only paying $100 to spend an entire day in an immersive indoor theme park, essentially, which is way cheaper than any Disney and Universal ticket right now.
I'll be honest, if I go to do this, which I really think we should, I'm probably going to do that unlimited ticket.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I want to see each of these houses at least 3 times.
Yeah, I agree.
And then, yeah, you're right. 11 a.m. We'll have brunch.
Yeah.
Then we'll go get scared. Hit up the bars.
Yeah. We don't even need a hotel room. We can just fly in the morning, do this all day, and then go to the airport at the evening.
Okay, that's a real plan that I used to have before I ever went to California and visited Universal Hollywood. Yeah. And we got hotels and we went to Disneyland and everything. But I was like, I just want to go to Universal Hollywood. Right. Like, I want to go there, spend one day there. I was like, I'm just going to get a red eye, take an Uber to the Universal, go there, spend the day, and then just Uber back to the airport and get on a flight back home.
Yeah.
And I feel like this Vegas thing, I don't think there's anything else in Las Vegas other than Omega Meow Wolf. That's the only other thing in Las Vegas that I want to see.
Yeah. I would, yeah. Maybe like the Neon Sign Museum. I think that would be cool.
Oh, I want to see the Punk Rock Museum, actually. That's also in Las Vegas.
Yeah. So like, you know, maybe there could be a couple other things, but I would not be going for any sort of gambling, drinking, you know.
Well, like, I'll be drinking at the Horror Unleashed bars.
Yeah, at the Horrors Unleashed bar, but I'm not going to like do the strip and like drink so much that I, you know, whatever. But, you know, maybe a show. But if I was going just to do Horrors Unleashed, that it would be plain Horrors Unleashed, plain home. If I'm going to do a trip to Vegas, I'm going to do like 1-2 days, get a cheap hotel room, whatever. So yeah. Different priorities and different vacations.
Yeah.
But gambling is never on the table. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Me either. I don't understand. I'm not worried that I would become addicted to it. I don't think I have an addictive personality.
No.
I mean, my Roosevelt's collection might argue with that, but I don't think it would be a problem.
I did it one time. I put $1 into a slot machine on a cruise, and I pushed the button, and it said, and I think I won maybe 30 cents. And I was like, wow, that was great. Okay, I'm done. Like,
yeah. You mean it cost me 70 cents to push this button?
Right, that's crazy. To each their own. But I would not. Right, I would not be going to Vegas for that. There's other things that are more interesting to me, like Horrors Unleashed.
The Transformers ride queue is full of buttons you can push for free.
Yeah, that's true. So many.
What's the point?
Oh my gosh. We're losing it.
Okay, I think that covers Las Vegas Universal Horror Unleashed.
Oh yeah.
I would love to go and cover that. Yes. And we should definitely Hey, I know a great travel agent who I think could help us look into this.
Oh, that's crazy. I also know a really great travel agent who can help us look into this and make this trip a reality. We'll do some research. We'll run some numbers, you know, subscribe to the society. Okay. So anyway, now okay, so all right, I'm going to read this exactly how Maddy wrote it. No, if it's bad, I'm sorry.
No. I usually paraphrase whatever is written here on our script because I don't know, it just helps it feel more natural. But this is so specific that I feel like I have to read it word for word now. All right, here I go. Ready? All right, kids, open up your history textbooks to Halloween Horror Nights 13. The director will see you now. Let the history lesson begin. All right.
No notes. The Oscar goes to you. That was so good.
Oh, this has never been written this way before. Why did you do this?
Because I thought it would be fun. I originally was going to be the one that was reading this section until I had to reorder it to take out Michelle. And so I was like, he'll do it maybe. I don't know. Like, he might ad-lib it. But no, that was great. That was so good.
Yeah. Yeah. When it's this,
exactly
when it's
how I would have said it.
All right. So HHN 13, the director will see you now. So Universal Studios and horror have their own legacy. The movie studio is responsible for bringing to life some of the most iconic horror characters to the screen. Dracula, the Wolfman, the Mummy, Frankenstein, and the Creature from the Black Lagoon, just to name a few. It was only a matter of time before Halloween Horror Nights would find a way to exploit Universal's horror film legacy. And to do this, Horror Nights created another original icon in the director. He is a twisted fellow that just wants to make movies. Movies of a deadly kind, of course. The event was once again held in Islands of Adventure and took place over 21 nights from October 3rd to November 1st, beginning at 7 p.m. every night and ending at midnight on off-peak nights and 2 a.m. on peak nights. A single night admission ticket rose from $51.95 plus tax, and a frequent Fear Pass add-on was $21.95 plus tax.
Dang. After talking about Horrors Unleashed tickets, this is like the same price. Almost.
This is less.
That's
a single
true.
night admission here was $51.95, and Horror Unleashed was what? $69.
69. And then the Frequent Fear was an added like 21. So you would get to about 80 for unlimited. Like if we're comparing the unlimited general admission to Horrors Unleashed to this Frequent Fear add-on for 2003, it's comparable.
I think if Horror Unleashed had happened at the same time that this was happening, Horror Unleashed would have cost like $25 to go to.
Oh, yeah. But you know what?
Or maybe like 30.
Right. Horrors Unleashed is also way cheaper than any Disney After Dark After Hours event or Universal, which I don't think they've had before. No, maybe they have.
You like a Universal After Hours event?
Kind of, yeah.
Not a first party one. Other companies have held events like that.
Fair.
But Universal has never done their own other than Premium Scream Night, which cost what it cost.
True. Yeah. So it is cheaper than that night. What did we call it again? The Unlimited. Oh my God.
The what
was
night?
the name of that event last year?
The Premium
Horror
Scream
Nights
Night
that Michelle went to. Premium Screen Night. There we go. Yeah. Inflation.
Yeah.
I had something else to say and then I just forgot what it was. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
Oh, well.
I'm
Okay.
just looking ahead at what you're about to talk about.
Okay.
We had haunted houses at this event.
Yeah.
I'm not spoiling anything. We all knew. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Horror Unleashed is 4 houses for $69. Now, or keep in mind that the ticket prices here were $51.95. Go ahead and tell us how many houses were at HHN 13, Maddie.
You have to remember, this is 2003. $51 was a lot of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, while I'm reading this, will you calculate inflation for 2003 to 2025?
Let me do my best here. Yeah, I'll go find a place to do that.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so at HHN 13, we had six haunted houses, starting with the All Night Die-In, which is in Soundstage 20. Enter a deserted drive-in theater that showed nothing but slasher films. Peek behind the screen and you may find yourself on the set of the director's latest slasher piece. Oof, what a word.
Ooh, slasher piece.
Slasher piece.
Neat. Okay, I'm still working on this. I'm still working on this.
Lindsay's cackling next to me at her computer.
Why?
Because she can only hear what I'm saying. She can't hear what you're saying. And so she just heard us say slasher piece. I think she got the ick. Sorry.
Hey, don't blame us.
Yeah, blame the writing. Whoever wrote this script. Good golly.
Okay, hold on. I'm still working on this. Okay. Wait, that cannot. That's why.
Okay. Like $3,000.
Well, I pulled it up and it said $8,009. Oh
my God. No
but it's
way.
because I forgot a decimal. So it was adjusting $55,195.
Oof.
Okay. Trying again. Okay, 8921. 8921 is what that is today.
Okay. So that's like
that's comparable.
Yeah, that's pretty good actually. That was like the price of a single night ticket back in like 2018, 2019 at a Universal Orlando, HHN.
Yeah.
So not too terrible.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right. Well, All Night Dying sounds pretty fun. I'm pulling up the web page for our favorite people over at Halloween Horror Nights Wiki. La 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 la. What was the name of that? All Night Dying.
All Night Dying, which I want to say was brought back as a house in 2016, and then again, I think it was a scare zone in 2015.
Yeah, it says 2006 was the sequel, House. All Night Dying, Take 2.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
They did that first house in one take.
Settings that you would walk through in said house. The director's die-in, so the brand new icon for this year, the director. You also have the Myers House, Camp Crystal Lake, and Hell's Furnace. It had 13 different scenes. Oh. Wow.
Cut that out.
What was that?
That was my alarm clock, my Nintendo Alarmo.
Oh, we just got so many, what is it, coins?
Yeah, that was Super Mario.
Nice.
Hitting the block and getting 8 coins out of it because it's 8 o'clock.
Stuff now. Oh, that's awesome. 8 coins for 8-bit. All right. Wow. So I'm reading through like the synopsis for this house. There were 13 different scenes. Pumpkins dangled from strings above and in front of you. The Halloween theme song overpowers you as you become the latest star of the Halloween film. As we push through the hanging pumpkins, we see strategically placed scare actors hiding amongst them. We must enter the house, walk down to the next hallway. There's a lot of Michael Myers. They jump through doors and windows. La 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 la. Halloween scene comes to an end, and now we have stepped into the woods. There's a sign above the trees reading Camp Crystal Lake. Oh no. We walk over a bridge. There's a couple Jasons who take stabs at you. We walk into bunk beds lined with Jason's victims. Yikes. A dead girl reaches out from on top of one of the top bunks.
Oh, nice.
Holy moly. We then move into Nightmare on Elm Street. You walk in and you hear 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. He then attacks from a cage on the left side. We're now in Hell's Furnace. He pops out a bunch along with a bunch of his victims. We're now in a room full of mattresses. The mattresses become doors and Freddy's pop out. That's terrifying. Jesus. Next, we walk into a room filled with the sound of chainsaws. We have now entered the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We go into a kitchen. We're offered a gory dinner where there's an animal corpse lying on the center of the table. Leatherface himself jumps out at you from a wall behind the exit of the sound stage. And then you're done.
Yeah, so cool. I don't think I realized that the director's house was just not or like unlicensed famous known characters, because the whole thing with the director was that he was making horror movies, but they were basically snuff films. Like he would actually kill the victims on camera so that they looked more real because they were real. So I think it's kind of weird that it's also just like, here's a bunch of famous slashers that you recognize, but we didn't license.
It seems like I did. So it's weird because that was all from the haunted house section of this experience tab, but it looks like in the Q/facade section, we're going to enter to the right of Poseidon's Fury and go down a path. We're then going to see projected images of All Night Dying visible on the side of the soundstage. Upon entering, you walk through a hallway lined with old movie posters, bringing you into the actual feel of a movie theater. A huge movie screen is before you, playing black and white clips of the director discussing his work and some chaotic horror movie scenes. The director meets you there, dodging around parked cars under and over the dividers. He walks slowly and lunges for his scares. The theme song, You Oughta Be in Pictures, plays in the background, dulled out by the director speaking on screen. A tear in the bottom of the screen leads us into the next scene. So did we not think that was just the beginning of the house? That's so weird.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I feel like it is the beginning of the house, but it's like outside, like on a part of the facade, you know?
Yeah, that's so sick. I love it. Big
That's
fan.
sick. Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, I mean, that's a great house to start out in. And yeah, they did have a scare zone. What was that? It was over in San Francisco.
Yeah, 2015.
Right? And
double feature.
It was one set was black and white and the other set was in color.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing? Oh, I always wished I could have seen that. It's so cool.
It was pretty cool.
All right, our next one, we're going to head over to Thunder Falls Terrace, where guests are going to enter Fun House of Fear. Nothing is what it seems in this mind-boggling maze of optical illusions and maniacal clowns that will have you running for the exit. Too bad there isn't one. Gotcha there.
This thing just gets full of people all just standing around like, well, how do we get out of here?
Womp.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is I wonder if Jackhead was involved in this, because I know that they used. You have a description of it, right?
Yeah, I do, and I'm going to send you a picture. Because this is the logo for the house. I know it's pretty blurry because it's from 2003, but try and see who you see in that picture.
Okay. Oh, that looks just like Jack the Clown.
Yeah, but like his skull.
Yeah, it almost looks like Twisted Metal, actually. Do you know that? The game? That was a video game.
No.
But you know why? Okay, so it's like a skull, and it has flames coming off the side of it, or is that hair? It's so blurry, I can't tell.
Right. It looks like it could be either flames or hair, but either way, it's orange, just like Jack's hair. And then you can kind of very lightly see the green triangles that are around his eyes, and then his nose.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it looks just like him.
Yeah. Okay. So for this house, guests would enter to the right outside of the entrance of Jurassic Park. The queue would wrap around the backlot area in between Dudley Do-Right and Thunder Falls Terrace. You'd see some red curtains. Okay. Now we enter the house. The house had 13 scenes. The house featured 3D effects and many clowns in various painted rooms that were created to disorient guests. One featured a red and blue painted room with spirals and scare actors that would blend into the walls. Another featured blue curtains with clown heads on them. Legacy from the Horror Nightmares forum made a comment saying that the Treeks and Foons were also supposedly in this house. And it looks like cool. You also got 3D glasses, like paper, cheap 3D glasses as you entered the house.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's terrifying. Wait. Hold on. I'm sending you this picture.
Okay.
Well, just like always, listeners will post these pictures as part of like the announcement of this episode being posted so that you can see what we're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. These are not nice looking clowns.
Spooky.
Ooh, I like this guy in the red and white stripes.
Yeah.
That was supposed to blend into the wall, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was. That's pretty sick.
Yeah. That's good.
I know. How fun. Okay, our next one, we're going to stay in Jurassic Park, but now we're going to head over to the Triceratops Discovery Trail, and that is where we are going to find the house titled Jungle of Doom. Face the curse of bloodthirsty zombies after trespassing on the ancient burial grounds of lost souls, where even the pounding of tribal drums can't drown out your screams.
What was the name of wasn't Jungle of Doom a scare zone in Central Park 2 years ago?
It sure was.
Or was it Jungle of Terror? It was Jungle of Doom?
I think it was Jungle of Doom.
I feel like it was. All right. Welcome back, Jungle of Doom. All right. Okay, so experience, queue and facade. Guests would enter the queue through the entrance of Camp Jurassic. Then the queue would go through all of the areas of Camp Jurassic until eventually reaching the Triceratops Discovery Trail, where guests would enter the house. The facade was a giant archway made of bones. Like all of the haunted houses in 2003, this house allegedly had 13 scenes. Oh, okay, there's a pattern here. Cool. So the house would be set in a jungle and would feature cannibalistic island natives wearing loincloths. The entrance scene was a room lined with bones. You enter a room lined with cages. Inside a cage is a charred body, bound, hanging upside down with a character banging on the cage. Oh. There was also more blood and gore featured in this house than in the scare zone. The house had rooms where you pushed through the hanging bodies and lots of stages with characters on them. There were also some animatronics.
Ooh.
Nice. So it mentioned here a scare zone. Is that a scare? Like, was the entire Jurassic Park area the Jungle of Doom, or is it talking about the scare zone that we just had in last year or whatever?
Oh, I don't know.
2 years ago. I guess we'll find out when we keep reading and find out about the scare zones.
I guess we will.
Yeah.
All right. Our next house, we are once again staying in Jurassic Park. And now we're going to go into the Discovery Center. So this is called Psychoscarapy.
Hooray!
Woo!
We finally made it to another classic. A classic HHN original franchise.
Oh, yeah. Get ready for a dose of shock treatment as the inmates are running the asylum. If you think you have any hope of escaping, you really are insane.
Oh,
buddy. I sent this one to you as well, Kenneth, if you want to read it.
Yes, I'm looking at it now.
Perfect.
All right. So guests would enter the queue next to the Jurassic Park Discovery Center. The queue would go around the back of the Discovery Center and eventually reach the back door. In the queue line, that's redundant. In the queue, there were mute patients who walked around the area holding signs and props to interact with the guests in a silent but unnerving manner. This set the tone for the house to follow. An example of this was a man with a clipboard and glasses that said stuff like, "Welcome to Shady Brook Rest Home. There is a pool. However, there is no swimming in the pool. There is no splashing in the pool. There is no diving in the pool. And there is no water in the pool," which makes the first 3 rules easier to enforce. That's so long. Could that have been a direct quote? Jeez.
I don't know. I did not like that.
Yeah. Guests would eventually reach the facade, which was the iron gate of Shady Brook Asylum, with a hole broken through the wall on its left, large enough for guests to walk through. Above, bursts of fire erupted from the roof on a set interval, heating up the guests below. After guests walked through the hole in the wall, they would go down a short hallway of chain link fences before entering the house. Then, again, also 13 scenes allegedly in this house. Throughout the house, the characters acting as Shady Brook's many inmates tended to wander around their rooms, saying, murmuring, and screaming insane things, such as Taflack/Affleck, Franks and Beans, and Peter Pan Peanut Butter.
What in the world?
No, this tracks with the Psychoscarapy I saw in 2007. I believe all of this. Instead of jumping at you like a usual character would, they would yell stuff like that. Some inmates also personalized their scares to specific guests walking through. For example, the pigtails. Get the one with the pigtails.
Ugh.
A couple of scenes and scares with an unknown placement in the house included a room, quote, inside of a machine, unquote, while
What?
spinning walls and a character on the wall that seemed to come to life. And the mirror effect that ended 2002's Scream House, used twice in this house. After entering Shady Brook, as the gentle, relaxing theme to A Summer Place played, oh, that's creepy music, guests would enter the first room, which featured a mad receptionist nurse who would make jokes and lean over and scream at guests. She also squirted guests with blood, which was water, from a needle she held. Occasionally, she would shout things like, "Wait, I wanted to get it in the vein," and chase guests into the next room. This was swiftly followed by the dark and foggy intensive treatment ward, where patients wandered and popped in and out of padded rooms as strobe lights repeatedly flashed. One patient danced in the strobes, screaming "disco fever." Another would mumble the word Taflac. I don't know what Taflac is. I know what Aflac is. This description is so long and detailed. I feel like I can't possibly read this whole thing.
Yeah, this is like someone was note taking as they went through the house.
Yeah, someone remembers this very well.
Yeah.
Also, like, they couldn't have always been yelling Taflac.
Right. That's
like, this is what you heard. This person who wrote this. Lots of stuff. Let me try to skim this and get some vibes. So Psycho was seen wielding a meat cleaver, slicing up a still screaming security guard from the hospital. Guests would enter the operating room, where a female patient could be seen holding the liver of a victim.
Oh.
She would offer it to guests. Then we go into the TV room, where cartoons were playing before a crowd of stuffed animals and masked inmates in chairs. Female inmate would ask guests if they needed a buddy, while a larger inmate shoved a stuffed animal in guests' faces. There's a dentist's office next, where people were strapped into chairs by the inmates with their bodies cut open. Oh, the infamous bathroom. Yeah. Okay, here we go. The infamous bathroom. I remember hearing about this years later, where the inmates had smeared poop all over the walls and bathroom stalls, complete with the extremely strong, realistic smell that could be sensed throughout the entire house. One filthy inmate was seen using a plunger on one of the toilets in the end stall. Guests would also be sprayed by filthy water in this scene. Woof!
Gross.
We saw a boiler room, just lots of insanity, the kinds of things you would expect to see in a very insensitive house like this at the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I feel like the psychotherapy has been retired for, reasons that I think are correct about being sensitive to mental health and, respectful.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's a lot.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah. Although they did psychotherapy as a scare zone in 2015, so it wasn't that long ago. I guess that was 10 years ago. No. That's awful.
Oh, no, don't think about it. That's so scary. Wow, goodness. So our next house, we have this one and then one more after that. Only 6 this year. Scream House Revisited was located in Soundstage 20. Something is drawing you back to this haunted Victorian manor where ghostly apparitions and gory corpses try to make sure that you never leave again. Dang, everyone just wants to keep hanging out with us and not let us leave.
Yeah, also, this is the caretaker.
Yes.
Scream House is his house. So they, in this era, they were like, okay, once we introduce an icon, we just keep doing it every year. They don't have to be the host of the event. They can just have a house at another Icons event.
Yeah, because it says in 2003, Universal decided to revamp a popular house from the previous year, Scream House. The house would be titled Scream House Revisited and would feature the caretaker's burned down home. This house would largely remain the same, but a few rooms and other things were added.
Interesting.
Classic House returns with a vengeance. Q facade. Scream House was projected on the wall. It had 13 scenes. According to an HHN veteran legacy from the forums, the house was identical to the house in 2002. It was original up until the kitchen scene. The mirror scene ending last year's Scream House was the one scene cut entirely. The house was said to look more dilapidated and evil and would feature embalmed creatures and walking corpses. There were burned rooms. Overall, the house was said to have been presented in a more terrifying way. So like last year's house, but upgraded and somehow worse.
Yeah.
Worse in the way of like the caretaker story is worsening as time goes on.
His behavior is worse.
Yeah. Sweet. And then we have our last house of HHN 13, and that is at the Popeye and Bluto's Build Rat Barges, and this was called Ship of Screams.
Ooh.
This aging cruise liner was found adrift at sea without a soul on board. Now its decks are roamed by ghostly crew and passengers. Will you be joining them? So it says in 2003, Universal decided to have another house based on a ghost ship. This was after SS Frightanic Carnage Crew and SS Frightanic for Fear in First Class. So this one was going to be called Ship of Dreams, and it would follow HMS Friday instead of the SS Frightanic. It was located in the large extended queue area of Popeye and Build Rat Barges. Good God, that is quite a name. And the story, so the HMS Friday set sail January 13th of 1913. That is a very suspicious date. And then it disappeared. It reappeared 90 years later with seemingly no one on board. However, the ship is haunted by the ghosts of the dead passengers. So you would enter the queue in front of SS Olive, and the facade was a wall that showed a young woman in a sailor's outfit with the words saying, "All aboard, swell sailing ahead." And there was a large portrait of a ship painted on the facade. Rooms in this haunted house were themed to a ghost ship called HMS Friday, including the bridge and the ship's lower levels. After walking through the facade, guests would climb up some stairs, which had portholes on either side containing scare actors that would just stare at the guests. Guests would also enter the control room, where the captain manning the steering wheel would yell, "You're going to die in there." They were flooded rooms and doors containing the ghosts of ship's passengers. The finale contained swinging luggage on the ceiling. Goodness gracious. Yeah, that's...
A good ship-themed house is always a good time.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do love a good boat ship. Fabulous. One thing, going back to like the history of this year's event, we didn't really... We briefly mentioned the director, but we didn't really read about his backstory. So I feel like we should do that now before we go into our sponsor and then our scare zones. So it says on the same Horror Nights wiki page, meet the director. Once a small-time director who never really found an audience, now spends his days in his abandoned theater. The film industry didn't take his work seriously, and he never became respected and revered as a filmmaker, but all of that will change. He now has learned that the reality of filmmaking is the new way to make his mark by pushing the boundaries of filmmaking and proving his critics wrong. His quote-unquote actors sacrifice everything to become a piece of filmmaking history. His films, their reactions to a variety of deadly situations, their pain is his art. And like a director should be, he is in total control. Spooky.
Ooh, yeah.
I love it. I think, like, that's great. they have such range. They go from a crazy clown to a crazy caretaker to a crazy filmmaker.
Yeah.
What imaginations.
And I like the director because he's such a universal, like, you know, this is a movie studio park. So like having a movie making themed character is like just it fits right in. It's weird that he was like his event was in IOA and not in studios where it really makes more sense.
Oh well. They've brought him back enough times that, you know, it is what it is. Maybe we'll see him again. Yeah. Well, probably not. I feel like times have definitely changed. But yeah, the director and all 6 of the haunted houses for HHN 13. Perfect. Now, before we transition into scare zones and shows, let's hear a message from our sponsor, Portkey Vacations.
Yo deseo ir a México.
Where can our vacation wizards take you? Just tap the Portkey at portkeyvacations.com and let the magic begin.
Ooh, well, hey, thanks, Portkey Vacations, for all you do for us and for your clients. We love you.
We sure do.
Okay. So now moving on to scare zones. I as it was in the year before when each islands of adventure became a whole scare zone, we have a similar setup here. So 6 scare zones could be found at the event this year. We had Booville and Seuss Landing. All the Who's are behind locked doors. As darkness falls, the mischievous spirit of Halloween descends upon the deserted streets. Does it bring tricks or treats? And if I remember correctly, and if this is the same as it was the year before, Experience. This was the only scare zone in the event's history with no characters. Instead, the area was filled with fog, and guests could see the silhouettes of Whoville characters in the windows.
Ooh.
Yeah. Both versions reportedly featured the Grinch lurking in the fog. I doubt that.
The Grinch.
Personally. Well, wait, no. I do see someone posted a picture on here of the Grinch.
What?
Like the daytime non-Grinchmas Grinch character at night. There's no way.
That is insane.
Hold on. I'm sending you this.
That's crazy.
Why? Why would he be there?
Oh my God. That's so scary.
That's so funny.
Lindsay,
but he's not a character.
Lindsay just visibly grimaced. Oh my God, that's terrifying. I am so sorry to anyone who was at Horror Nights this year. You did get a fright.
That's awesome.
That's crazy. I feel like I remember that one from last year, so I would assume that it's probably the same.
Yeah, probably.
Grinch.
All right, then we had Hide and Shriek, which there isn't much information about, but I can say that this was in Toon Lagoon, and it's a cartoon world gone mad. The ink itself seems to come to life as buildings, objects, and creatures all blend together into bizarre shapes and patterns that tear into your sanity.
Oh, God. So spooky.
But the wiki does not have any information about this.
Oh, didn't exist. Fake news.
Yeah. Pixar, it didn't happen.
Yeah. Description or it didn't happen.
Yeah. Maddie, do you want to talk about the Immortal Island?
Yeah. So in the Lost Continent, it was transformed into Immortal Island. From the bitter wasteland of the ice demon to the charred inferno of the fire demon, you're trapped in the midst of a titanic battle where no matter who wins, you lose.
Classic.
Dum, dum, dum. It's like Dueling Dragons.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you think that they were actually like Blizzrock and Pyrock, but demons instead of wizards?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Speaking of Dueling Dragons, I feel like you and our listeners would get a kick out of this. So my parents, who have lived in the same house for the past like 35 something years, ever since they got married and then, started a family and had me and my little sister, they are moving. So they're selling their house and they are moving out of state for my mom's new job. Crazy, insane, never thought that this time would happen. So we're cleaning out the house, right? And since they haven't moved or really done anything with inside the house in 35 years, we're finding like relics, things that we never knew we owned, or souvenirs that we forgot about, because that's what happens in life when you stay in the same place for 35 years. And my mom brought to me yesterday when she visited, because they're still cleaning stuff out, the original Dueling Dragon double pin from like the early 2000s.
Whoa.
I will have to take a picture. I haven't been able to unpack yet from all of the trips, but I will take a picture and I will post it on our Instagram page and I'll send it to you, Kenneth. She handed me a bag of pins that we found in like one of my dad's drawers. And I just noticed the one dragon. I was like, there's no way. And I scrounged through the bag and I found both sides. And I was like, this is the best day ever.
That's cool. I can't even think of what that looks like. So yeah, you'll have to send a picture, but
yeah,
that is definitely a great find.
I know. For all the theme park nerds.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, what were we talking about? Immortal Island.
Immortal Island. Yeah.
Is there anything on the wiki?
Let's take a look and see. So if we look at the Immortal Island, according to the HHN wiki, this environment was a burnt down demonic village and had a huge temple where on the final night of the event, the final battle took place. The Ice Queen, leader of the ice demons, was on a stage, and sometimes she could be seen leading her minions. Cold fog would cover the streets of the ice side. The ice minions were blue and white. On the fire side, the Fire King would lead his fire demons, which look like normal demons from hell. You know, those ones. We've all seen them from hell. The fire and ice demons were the chainsaw drill team. Oh, that's cool. Smart.
Wow. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Were there chainsaws last year at 2002?
Probably. Yeah, I think they were. Oh, yeah. I think they were in Island Under Siege, because that was a very rock and roll,
yes,
grungy supervillain type area.
I believe that to be true. That's so sick. The Ice Queen and Fire King. It sounds like a weird enemies to lovers fantasy romance book.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yay. Well, that one sounds pretty cool. I wish that I could have seen it.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
I know. Rats. What's the next one?
Next up, we have Night Prey, which can be described. That was in Jurassic Park. And we can say, stranded on a volcanic tropical island, there's nowhere to run. As you're stalked through the jungle by weird, beastly creatures who seem to possess a terrifying intelligence.
Oh,
Ooh.
almost like they might be the people dinosaurs from last year.
Well, in this scare zone, there were many strange creatures with animal skulls on their heads. Some of these had chainsaws. Some areas of the park, some areas of the park had stages made out of leaves and sticks with characters on them.
Sure.
One of the cars in the area was covered in leaves. Okay.
Yay. Congrats, Queen. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yay. Leaves on car. So
Woo,
spooky.
that's scary. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The things we get excited about.
If I see leaf on a car, I'm out. That's my one thing.
God. Like the easiest thing to get off of your car. Ugh, I don't care about snow on my car. I don't care about ice on my car. No, if there are leaves on my car, terrifying. You don't know what's under those leaves.
I refuse to park under a tree for fear. The dread of in the morning when I go out to my car, if I see leaves.
No, leave.
Leaves me alone.
Good golly. Where are we in the park? What's next? Oh, wait. These are out of order. We've already passed Toon Lagoon.
Yeah, these are in no particular order.
I love that.
But we've made it now to the Toxic City. Take me down to the Toxic City that took over Marvel Superhero Island. You've broken quarantine and entered a city plunged into a biohazard nightmare. Toxic waste spews everywhere as the streets are filled with packs of mutated, melting monsters.
Ew.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, but yucky. I hope they didn't put anything in the street like the foam. Ew.
Oh yeah. Ew.
Ew.
This scare zone had foam colored green.
Oh.
All over the streets.
Oh my God. I can't believe I didn't even peek. I did not even peek at the website. That was a complete guess. Yes. I mean,
one of the streets was a huge radioactive tanker that spilled out liquids. All over the streets were various mutants that had melted faces and green goo on them.
ew.
Some mutants had chainsaws.
Sure.
There's a lot of chainsaws. Other characters in this zone had gas masks. Also strewn about the streets were various barrels with toxic waste inside of them. This sounds like nasty.
Yeah. Messy.
Yeah.
I can picture it though. Like just a bunch of melty monsters running around in like blue jumpsuits with fake slime just kind of like buttoned on them in various places.
Yeah.
Some hard hats melting into heads. It was probably some sort of construction zone. It's giving me a good visual.
Yeah. I love the sound of it, the idea of it.
The foam. They lose me with the foam. Doesn't seem practical.
Yeah, this is now 2 years. They were like set. They were like, all right, this is a tradition now every year for the rest of time. Mark our words. We will fill the streets with foam.
It was more like the year previous. They were like, shit, we bought too much foam. we didn't use it all. Yeah, guess we got to do another scare zone with foam in it so we don't, we don't waste this $1 million budget of foam.
Yeah. Look, when people come to Halloween Horror Nights, they expect to see 3 things: chainsaws, insensitive depictions of mental health, and foam. They demand it.
Sir, actually, last year was the record number of complaints for use of foam in park. Guests state that it, quote, ruined my clothes, end quote. And, quote, the security guard did nothing when my child slipped in the foam because he probably couldn't see my child over the foam, end quote. We'll use it anyways.
Well, okay, what about this? Well, okay, hold on. What if it's green?
Whoa.
Problem solved. This Nickelodeon slime, the kids love it. They'll jump right in.
Sir, this event is 13 years or older.
You think 13-year-olds aren't still watching Nickelodeon? They're watching Figure It Out. The secret slime action is be at Halloween Horror Nights. There you go. They jump right in.
That is ridiculous. I am so mad for every guest that had to be there for that. Just messy.
And then, first but not least, port of entry became the port of evil. 13 signifies that a coven of otherworldly creatures now hold dominion. They beckon you to enter. Do you dare venture onward deeper into the abyss? Do you dare?
I dare. Sign me up.
Well then let me tell you about what experience you may have in this. At this entrance to this scare zone, a character with a megaphone would greet guests. This year featured 2 notable demonic characters on stilts, known as the Incubus and the Succubus.
Oh, sure.
The Nightmare also appeared in this scare zone. Oh, remember Nightmare from the year before?
Oh,
He was that demon thing in Lost Continent. Yeah.
Hey, dude, welcome back.
Yeah. The director, must be his movie he's making. It features the Succubus and the Incubus. At the very end of the street was a stage with a huge flaming skull on it with the number 13 written on its forehead. There was also another notable stilt walker, the Sentinel, a tall demon with many references to the number 13 on his design. On a stage near the entrance, a man dressed as an executioner would hit some drums. Under a bridge, a stack of 9 TVs appeared, playing monologues for the director.
Oh.
The scare zone would also feature a few of the characters from the different scare zones, such as fire demons and, from the Immortal Island. Cool.
Nice. Cute little entry
So this
zone.
is... Yeah, I mean, and again, I feel like it just goes back to the fact that like this director hosted year is not in the studio park and is in the more fantastical adventure themed park, that they're like, well, we can't really have an entrance area that's like themed to the director. So we'll just kind of include him on some TV screens that don't really make sense in context,
sure.
But whatever.
Why not? They'll never know.
This is always the issue with IOA HHN, was that it just like the entrance area never had anything to do with the icon or the marketing. So on the one hand, nowadays we feel like, oh, the icons, like they don't have a presence in the park. It's like, well, the director wasn't even in his opening scare zone, and neither was the storyteller, and neither, like the caretaker was. He kind of fit in, but like the director just doesn't make sense in IOA.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I would assume they're not thinking that far in advance. Like they probably were under the impression that the event in Islands was going to last longer, because it was the year right after this that wasn't there a double year?
Yeah, I want to say the next year that we'll talk about, 2004, was the year that HHN was in all of both parks.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure they didn't have any pre-planning, like, rats, like we should have waited to put the director in studios. But now on the back end, we're like, the director should have been in studios. Like, come on, guys. You figure it out. Let's go.
I know. The director, he'll host the thing in our Islands, nautical adventuring theme park. And then we'll have the captain, and he is the icon in the studios park.
Yeah. A little bit of mix match. Why not? That's so silly. Well, moving on out of our scare zones, we're going to finish up talking about HHN 13 with talking about the 2 shows that we had. Ooh. I'm going to first start with the one called Infestation, and I'm going to end on our high note, which is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Okay.
Because that's usually just the best.
Yeah, there's no following that up.
Yeah, it's my favorite part. So Infestation, it could be found in the Enchanted Oak Tavern. It says, here's your chance to quote unquote audition for the director's latest film, as you get to interact with a host of creepy, crawly co-stars. Must be 18 years or older. What?
Interesting.
Let's see what it is.
It's like Fear Factor Live.
I know. The Experience. The show featured the director who would take a random guest from the audience and put a glass box on their head. Oh, it's like Fear Factor. The director would film this and spin a wheel to see what kind of creature would be put in the box with the volunteer's head. The choices on the wheel were beetles, snakes, scorpions, rats, roaches, or the director's choice. Oh,
Is there anyone that's like all of the above?
Yuck. I'm looking at the pictures and it looks like you had to go early for a casting call and you probably had to get picked and sign waivers.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
like
sure you
Fear
did.
Factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, these pictures are giving Fear Factor.
Yeah, but this is before the Fear Factor show opened at Universal.
Oh, maybe they were testing.
Yeah,
they were testing.
So in a world where that show doesn't exist yet, and then now they're doing this, like this is very extreme.
Yeah,
if you've never seen anything like this,
no, because I feel it. Well, they'd probably seen it on TV because Fear Factor was definitely out at that point.
Well, yeah, but not live, not in a park.
No, not live, not in a park. And I don't know of any other park that was doing it. Definitely not Disney. I would say like, can you imagine that at Disney?
I wouldn't think so. No.
Maybe like Knott's Berry Farm, but I feel like even that is not really there.
Yeah. At Six Flags, you'll end up with scorpions and beetles on your head, but it's not as part of a show. It just happens as you're walking around.
Oh, that's weird. It's like I Drive,
that's a joke.
The guy with the snake and the parrots. Oh. I don't know. Close. I do love the parrot guy on iDrive. It costs like $20 to take a picture with a parrot on your shoulder.
I don't know this.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of like the same stuff that happens around like Times Square or Grauman's Chinese Theater.
Yeah. Where on iDrive is he?
In that little patch of grass in front of the Ferris wheel, but on like the fancy street side, not the back side of iDrive.
Yeah. Like in Icon Park.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Silly.
I got a Elmo costume to make him feel at home.
Yeah. The scary Elmos that walk around with backpacks and their heads half off. So scary.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to end on our high note, which is the Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure. This once again was held over at the Toon Lagoon Amphitheater, which is sadly just sitting dormant and empty and sad over in Toon Lagoon nowadays. But it says, party on with these 2 time-traveling dudes who are back in a most excellent new adventure featuring your favorite TV and movie characters.
All right.
All right, buckle up.
Here we go.
Ooh, buddy. Okay. The show starts with a stage manager voiceover asking for one final check. Starting with the lights. A spotlight shines on the stage and shows Gollum with a tool belt working on a light fixture that he calls Precious. Gollum has to stop and have lunch because of course, union rules. The manager asks what do computer-generated characters eat? And Gollum says computer-generated lunches and pulls out a clownfish out of his lunchbox. The clownfish then asks Gollum to help him find his son. But Gollum instead eats him. Oh no. The stage manager asks to start the show, and Gollum wheels out a projector that shows a short history of Bill and Ted. A dance and a music session start, and We Will Rock You starts playing. The lights then go out, and Charlie from Charlie's Angels' voice can be heard inside the stadium. The Charlie's Angels then appear on stage, and Charlie says, "There's no time to waste, so here's the plot." There's a device called the Eye Control that is a TV remote that affects people in real life. It is sold on eBay by someone in the Caribbean, and it was accidentally sent to Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted go to the Kit Kat Club in Chicago, and Charlie's Angels are sent to intercept them, posing as dancers to get the remote. They have a wardrobe change and start dancing. The phone booth then appears, and Bill and Ted come out. Bill is wearing the remote as a belt buckle, and one of the angels points to it, saying that he has a very powerful and dangerous tool. Bill then grabs the remote and causes the angels to rewind and pause. Oh, no.
Okay, this is a whole TiVo thing.
Yeah, this is great. All of a sudden, Captain Barbossa appears on stage in a shopping cart that is being pushed by Johnny Knoxville. And and Weeman. Barbossa reveals...
Weeman?
Weeman?
Yeah.
Who is that?
He's from Jackass.
Oh, okay.
Jason Acuna. Jason Weeman Acuna.
Goodness, this is just something else. Barbossa reveals he is the winning bidder on the remote, and he explains he has intentions with it. The lights dim, and a spotlight reveals, oh God, Osama bin Laden and Saddam Hussein.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh, God. Who reveal they have their own intentions with the eye control. The lights go back on, and everyone on the stage is horrified as Barbossa told them a horrifying story that the audience did not hear. Osama bin Laden and Saddam Hussein appear, and Bill and Ted mistake them. Mistake them for Ching and Chong. They demand the control, and Saddam ends up with the remote and pauses Barbossa. Gollum takes Barbossa off stage. Saddam says that they will control the world. Madison from Charlie's Angels says not so fast, and the twin from The Matrix Reloaded appears. The twin starts lip-syncing to Blame It on the Rain. Gollum rolls Barbossa back on stage and says, "It's alive!" Pirate fanfare starts playing, and Jack Sparrow, renamed Jack Daniels for the show, comes on stage. Wow. Bin Laden closes in on Jack and Morpheus. Okay. Trinity and Neo also then come on stage. Ted walks over to Neo and says, "That's my face." That's so funny.
All right.
That is hilarious. Best line. More characters appear on stage in the form of Undercover Brother, Stripella, Christina Aguilera, Lauren Croft, the FBI agents from The Matrix, and Morgan Freeman as God from Bruce Almighty. Charlie's Angels then get the remote and fast forward Saddam and Bin Laden into their skeletons. They fast forward them so far that they pass away. The song and dance number begins, and then the show ends.
Wow.
Oh,
that's a lot.
I feel like I just went on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
That's insane. I think that's one of the craziest we've read.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's pretty wild.
2003 was a time and a half.
Yeah, very different time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to even say about it.
I know. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think Gollum.
And it's hard to.
Gollum in a tool belt is the least offensive thing that happened. That's saying something.
But Keanu seeing himself is awesome.
Oh.
That's great.
That's so funny. That should be an SNL skit. Like nothing else from that Bill and Ted show, but they should do an SNL skit with specifically Keanu Reeves, where it's just all of his different characters. And like that's so funny. That's hilarious. I love it.
Also, the one Matrix twin lip syncing to Blame It on the Rain is good.
Yeah.
That's a classic. That's a good idea. That's good. Good joke.
Good joke. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well,
we made it.
I know. HHN 2003, the 13th year. Happy 13th birthday, HHN.
Yes. And we hope to, and many more.
Yeah.
Well, I think that'll do it for this episode. Thank you for listening, and we hope to see you soon in the fog. Until next month, for more content, be sure to check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/rushoffear and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at rushoffearpod.
For more general Universal Orlando Resort news, check out our friends and UUOP Network hosts over at the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, wherever podcasts can be found. And also be sure to check out our other UUOP Network friends. We have the Theme Park Duo, we have Portkey Passport, and the Taste of Universal podcast. So you got a little bit of everything in there. You got California theme parks with Gabe and Nikki. You got a ton of Disney, Universal, and just kind of like travel agent advice over on the Portkey Passport. And then you have everything relating to food and food allergies at the Taste of Universal podcast. So it's just like a nice little bundle of everything you could possibly want about planning a vacation. And I love that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for listening, everyone. The podcast has come to an end. Now get out.
Bye.